Jannik Sinner's fitness coach says the world number one has rediscovered himself during suspension. Jannik Sinner's current fitness coach has given his insight into how the world number one has been preparing for his return to professional tennis, following his 3-month suspension for failing 2 doping tests in 2024. Marco Panichi, who joined the Italians team in September 2024, had previously worked with Novak Djokovic for 7 years in the same role, experience which he claims has proved invaluable. Sinner accepted a settlement with the World Anti-Doping Agency, WADA, which stated that he would be suspended from professional tennis for 3 months for failing 2 doping tests in March 2024, in return for WADA dropping their appeal of a previous tribunal's decision which cleared him of fault and negligence. That appeal, if successful, may have led to a 1 or 2 year suspension, with Sinner now returning to action from May 7. By its nature, athletics has always been the workshop of athletes, coaches, and biomechanics because it teaches you to do everything, run, jump and throw, stated Panichi, during an interview with Corriere della Sera. In addition, it inculcates in you the search for detail. Do you know the so-called marginal gains? It means that 0.2% better performance can make a difference. In high-level sport, it is a huge amount. From the day we learned of the stoppage, the player, team, and management have had the same thought in unison, to make the most of this period. We knew right away that we could do a good job, studied and planned, not diluted and broken up by travel and tournaments as usual. It's not that we were happy with Jannik's suspension, that's clear, but we studied an active and proactive way of getting through it. We have transformed microcycles of work into macrocycles, we have gone into thorough detail, we have dedicated a lot of time to acquiring data on Jannik, applying training modules to put him in a position to make another important leap in quality. From Rome onwards, this work will have to bear fruit. The suspension has also taken away the Australian Open champion's routine, one that he has had for many years now. Sinner was not only banned from competing professionally but also not allowed to train with other professionals or at courts aligned with any tennis federation until April 13. A lot, but not only in this particular period, Panichi responded, when asked how often they make sure Sinner varies his day-to-day activities outside of tennis. Travel and planes can also create a routine. The motivational aspect is crucial. We constantly challenge Jannik with new opportunities, and we push him to do new things, new for him. Even simple ones, a game of golf, a visit to a museum. Expanding the mental sphere allows you to show up for fresher training. But it is equally true that a certain repetitiveness is useful for comparison, without running the risk of caging the player in something too monotonous. It is the variety in the work protocol that allows us to understand if we are doing well. In these 3 months, moreover, he has taken some time off for himself, he has rediscovered himself. Detoxification is underway. I'm very happy, on a mental level, he's transformed. He will return to Rome with enormous motivation and important freshness. The fitness coach also admitted to sharing some of the details that he has learned through his decades of fitness work, including collaborating with Djokovic from 2017 until 2014, a period where he won 12 of his 24 Grand Slams. To manage such a complex figure as Djokovic, I admit that experience has its weight, said Panichi. I accompanied him from the age of 30 to 37, a season of life in which the age of the athlete must necessarily be taken into account. For me, Djokovic was a crash course, a great university of tennis. We talk about it, the work with Djokovic, of course. We are talking about the whole sum of experiences I have had with the athletes I have trained. This is my 40th year in sport. The professionalism has grown over time. Today I know perfectly well what Jannik needs at that precise moment.